Why, hello there. It is 26 days until Elden Ring comes out on February 25th, 2022, and this is the Elden Wait Countdown. Today I'll be covering a juicy Miyazaki quote from the latest Game Informer coverage, and we are back to talking about an item description for the network test to make the wait go by just a little bit quicker. Let's get into it. In case you missed it, I did an interview with Dan Tack from Game Informer who got to play Elden Ring for 10 hours. You can go check that out. I have it linked above and in the description. But he also interviewed Miyazaki for an hour, and I wanted to talk about one of the quotes in the cover story that I really enjoyed and really found kind of funny. Miyazaki said, "When Martin wrote these characters and when he provided that origin story, that mythos for the world of Elden Ring, these demigods were much closer to their original form and maybe closer to human form back then before the shattering, before it all started. So it was more up to us to interpret this and say, how did they become such inhuman monsters? And how did the mad taint of the shattered shards of the Elden Ring and its power affect them? So that was our job, to take these grand heroes and sort of misshape them and distort them into something they were not. And I think if we get a chance to show Martin, and if he gets a chance to see the game and these characters, I think he might be a bit shocked. When he wrote them, he was really envisioning something a little bit more human, a little bit more traditional human drama and fantasy characters. So I hope he gets a kick out of that." And Miyazaki added, "That process of taking these very human characters with flaws, but these very dramatic, heroic characters, and basically breaking them and making them these misshapen, grotesque monsters, that was a lot of fun for me personally." And I just find the idea of George R.R. Martin checking out Elden Ring, seeing some pictures of the characters that he created and having them put through the dark lens of From Software. And I'm really excited to see that because I like that they had this very human, dramatic, heroic base, and then From Software got to play with that. That sounds like a lot of fun to me and seems like a really enjoyable creative process, and we reap the benefits from that. And now for today's item description, which is sort of a mediary item description between our next block of items that share a similar theme, but it is a good description and I am happy to finally cover it. Today we are talking about the cracked pot, which says, "A remnant of bygone research into eternal life. This empty pot somehow mends itself when broken. Container required for crafting throwing items, sealed in pots. Sealed within, both materials and mysticism will demonstrate the effects when the pot is thrown. We've talked about the Dragonkin, Rhea Lucaria, and others trying to extend their lives or live forever. And the cracked pot succeeded in creating an eternal storage solution long before Tupperware would come to the lands between. In the game, you can buy cracked pots from merchants, or maybe you find them out in the world, but you collect them and you use them to craft various throwing pots like fire bombs, holy water pots, and other things to do different types of damage. And it's handy that you can do this out in the world, use them, and then make more if you have the resources and want to. Like me, you probably hear about the cracked pot and think about our potboy Alexander the Iron Fist, and I wouldn't be surprised to learn that he was also part of this bygone research. We just have to Humpty Dumpty him and see if he goes back together." And there you have it, day 26. We are getting closer to the release of Elden Ring, and we are almost at February. We are on the precipice of the month in which Elden Ring releases, and that is wild, and I am very excited. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, and if you want more item descriptions, some more news and interview quotes as we get close to the release of Elden Ring, and then you want lore content and game discussions following the release of Elden Ring, please consider subscribing to The Lore Hunter. Thanks for watching.